We are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Duke CT, and, well, this was a big news thing a couple days ago. Whoo, well, haha. Because, looks like supposedly, Disney has not been looking good. And, it's, I look a link here in the description of the stories that Disney's stock is class. And one analyst thinks Apple should bid. Says that, and this was actually something, according to Eric J. Salvis, this is a theory Apple might someday make an offer for Walt Disney. Has been around for years. Now the idea has resurfaced. So this is not the first go around. And since so the reason why is that Steve Jobs was Pixar's founder after the acquisition of Pixar back in 2006. And, they're like, oh, he's a large investor in Disney. He's a member of Disney board. So there was rumors that stuff was going to happen. And then you have this little thing here in the article says, when former Disney CEO Robert Iger wrote in his autobiography, he said that the two sides might have merged if Jobs hadn't died in 2011. He said, quote, I believe that if Steve was still alive, you would have combined our companies, or at least discussed the possibility very seriously. Now, I don't know, that is a real damning statement, because if they really were that close, that would have happened. Could have really been a huge thing, and people were saying, oh, Disney is going to buy everything. In fact, there was a thing on, I think, one of the YouTubers I go and watch and such as WrestleMania. It says, let me just see if I can find the video of it. Let me just see if I can find it. Let's see the sources and such. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Raw, this is this dream matches, match, yada yada, wrestling all right, fans left, hopslot, yeah. Okay, where is it? Let's see. Supposedly, let's see. Reason why boxers win, yada yada yada. Worst review ever. I'm trying to find it. There's been supposedly rumors and all this stuff, and to be on high alert, all this other. All right, there he goes. Oh, yes. I need to see if I can find it, because I remember listening to it, saying, supposedly they do want to buy it, which is kind of weird to think that WWE and Disney would want to do that. Which I don't know why you would have that. I wouldn't believe that type of stuff. Because here it is. Disney buying WWE. It's just I don't know. It feels weird to say, and it actually is a geeky rant there, supposedly in the news and such like that. Exactly, right here. According to this, I found the article finally. Chris Van Vliet said that he was actually doing an interview with Ryback, saying, there could be something there, which I don't know. All the baggage of pro wrestling there's a lot more skeletons in WWE's closet than there is with Star Wars and Marvel. I mean, there's too much. I mean, let's be honest. There's too many skeletons in the closet and such. Is that I don't see that ever happening. I don't see it because, again, just a little bit of ding in history. Disney does not want to have any dirt in its name. They don't want that. They don't want dirt on its name. You know what I mean, people? They don't want that. They don't want to have dirt on WWE. And I just, that's just me. But anyway, back to the point. let's see. Let's look and see. Um, but yeah. Uh, Disney buying Apple buying Disney. They say they could because one of the things here, it says Disney market's capitalization was down 168 billion, and it says that Apple with its 98 billion in net cash could buy the company at a current fire sale price. Is that in an interview and such, McTarren and Bernie McTarren says, quote, said that he has cut his 2020 earnings estimate for Disney by 11% to reflect the park's closures in the United States and France, but he isn't changing his outlook for 2022 and beyond, and contends that Disney remains well positioned for the long term as the media industry shifts to streaming. He thinks that a mega cap company like with a large cap balance, Apple, could take advantage of the current volatility, and he still appeal to combine the Apple iOS platform with the Disney ecosystem of content, merchandise, and parks. And it says the reason why is market volatility, and it says right here, one interesting here is that Disney Plus is not only in the middle of CEO tradition. It says Disney Plus can solve Apple's content problem. He thinks that Apple TV Plus is relatively slow start, even though they have a smaller price point. And Disney Plus could be a huge uniting force, creating Disney ecosystem between segments and such. And there will be a lot more to gain if Apple actually did buy it. You have a glut of new content, or old, newest content on their platforms. And heck, it would solve so many issues with Apple TV and everything. But here's the issue with that. One, you realize if they actually did, I don't think any government is going to say no, we wouldn't let that happen. Because if that means, I think Midnight's Edge talked about this a bit and said there'll be less choice for the consumer, and you would have, I think General Electric might, buy Time Warner. It will become more media companies. It will become bigger and bigger. These huge companies will become bigger and bigger because of that, and that is scary because it'll be less content, less content, less content, less ways of people getting all the money and all the stuff. Like, oh my gosh, what's gonna? There's only gonna be certain places, and heck, I'm surprised they got the Time Warner deal and such got that situated. So I don't think that's going to really be. I don't see that just going to happen anytime soon. In fact, but yeah, because it would cost too much. One reason it says right here, the monthly full, it said that they it says one reason is it will still cost over $200 billion or more even after this huge dip in the stock market. But it says that, and he comes here, and the multi-fold, the link will be in the description, like even new CFA, it said that sure, Apple could use the vast content library, but Disney's sprawling business includes segments that Apple has no interest in. And the entertainment giant is also in the middle of a CEO transition. This will complicate things. Apple doesn't want to operate theme parks, which are temporarily closing mid the pandemic. Merchandise licensing are media networks like ABC and ESPN. I mean, because that will probably be the first things to go. They would probably cut off ESPN and ABC. More jobs would be lost. And honestly, would they even care about the theme parks, which are connected? Even if they're going through some rough patches because of the COVID-19 pandemic, that would would they mean? You don't think Disney's not going to come back from this? Disney will definitely come back from all this stuff. It would. They will. They will come back because, again, Disney theme parks, whether you love them, you hate them, you think they're the worst thing ever, they are part of Americana. They are part of this country's lore. So when this thing, and besides, when people are going to be stuck in their houses for lots and periods of time, and when those parks open and everything's all good, guess what the place is like? Guess how much money is going to be going to Disney World and Disneyland and all these other theme parks out there. They take the hit now, but they're going to have a huge windfall when they come back. When everyone comes back, they're going to have a huge windfall. Heck, you can watch all the stuff on Disney Plus. You can watch all the stuff there. But at the end of the day, people are going to come back to those theme parks because they make a lot of money. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't think even the government will let that happen anyway. But yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, and there's other people. Actually, there's like 2 articles here. If you scroll down, there's actually other, articles about this. So I'll link it to be in the description as well. So this stuff won't happen. Again, it's a fantasy, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. And Disney will be just fine for where it is. And when it is, when this stuff is done, which it will be, the COVID-19 will be done. It will be. People will be like, people are gonna be like, you know what, we're good. This is like, hey, you know what, they'll be just fine. People will come back. But that's just my personal thing. Could be 100% wrong. People might just say, screw it, I have my Disney Plus, I'll stay home forever. But I doubt that's going to happen. So people are going to come back, and again, when that stuff is open again, they're going to go back to the gambling. They're going to go back to the wrestling shows when the people go up there. They're definitely going to go to the conventions and such. People are going to go back to conventions. They're going to come back to the movie theaters, conventions, theme parks, Disney, all this stuff. So I think we'll be back. It will be a while before 100% back, but we'll be back regardless. We're back, so don't worry. In my personal opinion. But right now, like I said throughout the podcast, my Twitter, all the stuff, practice good hygiene. Do social distancing. Wash your hands, and most importantly, wash your ass, which, most people don't, which is sad. Oh, gosh. Good hygiene, man. If that stuff, man, you're not too old to know about hygiene. You're not too old to learn about that, people. You're not too old to learn about it. All right? Wash yourself. Take 20 seconds. Go wash your soap and water. Don't be getting all the hand sanitizers. That's for outside, a little bit there. It's not something you do. It is not a cure-all. Hand sanitizer is not going to be a cure-all. Use soap and water when you're at home or when you're going to business and such. You should be doing this anyway. Wash your hands and such. All right? It's not practice good hygiene, social distancing, all this stuff. All right? So don't worry. We'll get through this. And that's it for the show. Thank you so much for listening. This is Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.